You know, sometimes I miss the good old days. A time before man discovered FTL travel and took to the stars to claim new territory. A time when life was simple and men only looked to the stars in wonder. It wasn't long before factions started trying to take control of everything in the galaxy. Wars waged on and sides were taken. I tried to steer clear of it all for as long as I could, but in this day and age, it just isn't possible. That's why I joined the Exiles, a ragtag faction made up of those who are tired of getting stepped on by the larger factions. We don't have much between us, and we Exiles don't even have a home, but wherever our broadcasts all congregate, that'll be home for me. Being weapons specialist, this definitely isn't my first mission with the Exiles, and it certainly won't be my last. I've been paired with a logistics technician by the name of Silemess. I don't know how much experience he has, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. Together we are being sent to a planet with the designation Iden. I wish there were more of us, but with the big hit we just took, we're low on resources, and sadly, even men. We're to attempt to set up an outpost, investigate if any life forms call this planet home, clear the planet of any hostiles, and if possible, investigate the other planets in the solar system in hopes of finally letting the Exiles get a good foothold in the universe. We've only been given basic resources to get started. Everything else will need to be scrapped from the planet. I know it seems ironic creating a faction because we were tired of being conquered and then trying to conquer, but they forced our hand. Base after base have been crushed by factions who don't want to risk losing control. Maybe this time we'll finally get lucky.
Alright, you're now admin.
Yes. Alright, and I see a friendly on the radar. Start moving that way.
Alright. It looks like the fastest way there is for both of us to start heading east.
Fastest
So I would suggest,
where?
to water.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you want to build on the small inland ocean that we flew over. Like small lake
I don't
versus the
know.
giant lake.
I feel like if we do the giant lake, we've got more options.
Same. So
So
let's
I
head
think
east and kind of meet up.
converge.
Yeah, so I'm going to go slightly east-northeast, and you can go east-southeast, and
Sounds good.
I don't know how far the radar range is.
We're not that far.
Yeah, I feel like we should see each other by now.
I'm on the other side of the hill.
Ah.
There, I see you.
Yep.
Yay.
What I'm a little worried about is I saw a structure someplace around here as I was flying in, so I kind of veered away to avoid it.
Where'd you go? He disappeared.
Okay, blink.
Oh, now I'm here.
So yeah, there was a structure I saw as I was flying in, so I'm a little worried.
Oh, there's a village. You discovered a village. It's
Yay.
way over there. We could discover stuff a long ways away, apparently.
Mm-hmm. 500 meters appears to be our range, which is not coincidentally the range of a lot of onboard ship weapons I noticed. That is still actually the village, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I say we swing up and hit the village around because it's not that far out of the way. And
you think the village is safe?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know either. I feel like because we're walking into the east, the sooner we get to the lake, the better, because it's going to get dark faster.
That's a good point. Yeah, we can come back to it. It's not like it's going anywhere.
Ooh, is this food?
Ooh. Food?
Yeah, akua berries.
Oh.
I got 4 of them. Okay, well, I'm glad that there's some intel loaded onto these suits. I don't see anybody else, though. And
No.
the village isn't showing a friendly thing, so,
But it's not showing an enemy either.
That's true. But it means that there's something already here, and it ain't necessarily us.
Yeah.
We could turn around and run in the other direction.
I feel like we've come this far anyways. And there's a lot of mountains that direction.
Yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to go east instead. But, the whole trying to find some place in darkness. I mean, the planetary cycle here is slow enough that we can actually outrun it, because the planet's kind of small.
Yeah.
I don't know what the 8 AM TS Akua is. But that's something else we can come back to.
Yeah. I think it's a ship. I think that's a downed ship.
A down ship.
Yeah, like I think it's one we could go scrap. I have a feeling there's probably
Well,
lots of drones around it, but
well, all right. Let's get a base, and then we will see what it is. I'm glad you paid attention to the map.
yeah, it looks right. We need to head slightly north from here. Just
Slightly north.
head towards
Okay.
that. Well, it looks like a tree from here. Yeah, the blank tree.
Here, I'll let you take lead. You are.
All right, I'm actually gonna cut this tree down though, so we got something to build with. Alright. Let's see. That gave me 5 logs. Definitely not what I expected from that.
Yeah, I got 5 from the other tree myself. Well, there's probably only so much good wood that you can get out of these.
True.
Alright, I've got humanoids.
Humanoids? Oh, okay.
Humanoids carrying spears, and they don't seem to care about me.
Hello,
I'm guessing
friend.
that they don't know which
They
end
are
of the
very
hole
tall.
is dangerous either. Yeah. But they look like they know how to use those spears.
Let's not make them mad.
I concur. Alright, heading off northeast.
I'm scared now.
How so?
There's a giant skeleton over here.
Huh. I missed that.
And the color.
Well, on the bright side, it's a giant skeleton. That means it's dead and it can't hurt you.
That means
on
there's
the other
something
hand-
bigger that probably killed it.
Old age. Also, it's getting dark. Hello. Pretty flower.
Hey, it's not foggy anymore.
Yeah, thank heavens for small favors. It is, however, not bright anymore either.
Yeah, true.
Oh, that is a very low island.
Very. Is it? I'm
Mhm.
almost there. I'm at your flower.
Like, if there's any kind of windstorm here, I would imagine that it gets wet on there.
How wet are we
Alright.
talking? Like damp wet or like no on the ark wet?
That depends on how much the waves on here.
True. Although that does look like a decent place to build because of how flat it is. The only thing is that sucks is it's not super defendable. Some more humanoids. Over
They
here.
look different. They're like walking flowers.
The humanoids do?
Oh, you're on the shore.
Yeah, I am. I gotta let my stamina charge back up.
Yeah.
There we go.
There's something here and it's got an interest in me. Ow! Oh, okay. They're hostile. They're hostile.
I'm on my way over.
Alright, so I think we're probably safe on here overnight, unless those things swim.
Yeah, we'll see.
Now, the
So-
downside is,
Go ahead.
I don't know if they grow out of this grass or not. In which
Yeah.
case, maybe we should sleep in shifts.
So, right now, based on what I see, I don't know, do we want to build on an island or do we not?
I think we can build on an island. If we build on the next one that's just over there,
Yeah, straight to the east.
I
pretty
wonder,
much.
is this an ocean?
It looks like it because of how big it is.
Yeah, and the map shows... Oh, whoa, where are you? Do me a favor,
Mhm.
and look basically northeast, due northeast. And at the foot of the mountain, does that look like a structure to you?
That is a structure.
Huh.
So it looks like, well, it's across the pond a ways, but it looks like it's just off a ways. So yeah, I don't know. We may want to.
So we might not be able to go to that other island until we pacify.
Potentially, or at least put a small outpost on this side of the island.
All right.
The other thing we could do is potentially build up in the mountains over there. It looks like due east of here. That looks like that potentially could be pretty flat on top. So we're not building at the very top, we're building right there.
Yeah, but until we have vehicles, that's going to be a bit of a pain to get up and down. I don't know about you, but I don't feel like lugging raw ore up and down a mountainside.
True.
So I like the idea of going to the next island just because it's there. And like I said, if we come back up on the hillside of this island and look over, it looks to me like there's a sand connection.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is low tide right now and the island's exposed, so it's connected.
Could be. Is there low tide in this game?
I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But so yeah, I like the idea of going to the next island. The question is, do we go to the next island?
I think we could at least go and check it out, and then hopefully we'll be able to ping that on the map and determine whether it's hostile or not.
I mean, this one's clear for now, so we can retreat here if something happens. But I say if that other one wakes up, we back off immediately.
Works for me.
You know, sudden terrifying thought. You paid attention in cartography, right? At least for this.
Yeah.
There's no sea monsters, right?
Not that our data showed.
Well, I wasn't aware about, walking triffids either, but that's just because I slept for things. Okay, I'm gonna swim a little faster.
Yeah, let's not stage Mr. Kids. Yeah, let's not stay here any longer than we have to. So I guess the question is, if we've got that structure there, do we think we could pacify it to a state where we build a small outpost on the side here for any medical treatment and stuff, and do we try and pacify that and take that over as our starting point for the base, and then we can eventually rebuild?
That sounds like a good idea. My concern on it is whether or not it would call help. So I don't know about you, but I used up a lot of bullets just killing a plant.
I still have quite a few rounds I can share. I've got 230 plus whatever's in the magazine.
Okay, I've got 204, and I think it's 10 in the clip.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a possibility. It's just at the same time, if that thing summons more help, a pair of pistols is not going to be a lot of good against the...
No. I think what we could do, if we build, because you have your constructor, correct?
Yeah.
So what we maybe do, build a small outpost out here, and we build an emergency storage outpost on the island we just pacified.
Whoa, 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 come up here. And look due south.
Another structure.
Yeah. Is this like a beacon fire thing where we attack one and the other one lights up and help comes?
It could be. But if we're expecting the range to be 500 and we haven't seen it pop up yet. Oh, that's not friendly. That is not friendly.
Why does wildlife like me?
It bit me while I was in the air.
To be fair, it had a really long neck.
It had food on it. Just one meat.
Alright. So there's a structure here, or a structure there and a structure here. I begin to think that you're right. We should basically claim this section. And then we can attack one or both of them.
What we could do as a temporary thing, if we dig into the side of the mountain right here, and then we can place our stuff and it'll be protected if we build a little area in there, then we can go scope out the bases a little bit safer.
Sounds like a really good idea. I'm climbing up to the top of the hill just to see if there's a third base that is going to surprise us.
I'll start just on the side by that tree here in the blue plant.
Sounds like a plan.
Right near there, I'm going to dig into the wall.
Alright. Small lake. Definitely separated from the other base. Oh yeah, we are going to be situated in between the two of them. So it isn't on this island, it is at the foothills. It's a good view, so in the morning we can get a better look at it. And then, I don't know which one's the better one to go after. I feel like we're within 500 meters, so it should have keyed off. Oh, no, no, no. Damn it. Okay, I'm down to 1 biofuel, so, or none, because I just used it trying to cut down that tree. So, yeah, let's not mess with that.
Alright. Okay, so we've got a place that's, you know, around that corner.
Alright, sounds like a plan. Hopefully the meat rots. If you can keep an eye out for an iron deposit, because I think that's what we're going to need.
There was one earlier, but unfortunately it was really close to the base, I think.
Yeah, that's why I'm like another iron deposit.
Yeah, that other base. Well, I think it might be out of range of the base.
It probably is, but
a
it's
ways
not
past.
certainly out the way of the base. And if it is a space base, there may be drone patrols that emanate from it that would find the miner.
True. Should I cut down the trees on this island, or do we want to save the trees on this island?
If they're shooting at us through trees, I don't think it matters.
It does not matter. They shot through the trees.
Then, yeah, I would say go ahead and denude them. I think they know we're here now. I've got a lot of meat, so when it goes bad, we'll have more biofuel.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, like I said, when you run out of wood, then scout for iron. And try to leave me at least 1 biofuel.
Okay.
Damn it, I should have grabbed biofuel before I came out here. Because, you know, we'll need to be able to drill to get our promethium and our iron.
Well,
alright, I'm gonna head out, grab the copper while I'm in this location.
Seems like these Aku berries spawn back pretty fast.
Good, because that's an easy food support. At least till we get farming up.
Yeah, because I feel like I've picked a lot of these trees already, and might be back. We'll see what I got in a sec here. I've got 20 so far, and I've got 59 wood logs.
Okay, you may want to be careful on that, since the Aku is the only thing we can eat until we get some kind of cooking set up. You may want to make sure that there's still some left for later, because they do expire and turn into rotten.
Yeah, good point.
Question and options. I can go towards the in the morning. I'm definitely getting our getting an auto miner placed on the promethium. But are we? Should I focus on getting copper for weapons? Should we focus on scrapping the Akua for parts?
That's a really good question. I feel like at this point, well, in order to scrap, don't we need the multi-tool?
We need a multi-tool.
So what's it take to make that? Are you at the base to be able to look?
560 meters away, closing.
Okay. I'd say our priority, it depends on that. If that's not super expensive too, and then I'd say we should build that multi-tool and then go and start by raiding the other place. I think what we should do once we get there, so we should definitely take a survival constructor, and then what I think one of our priorities once we get there and see if we can is build a hover vessel so we can travel faster and not have to worry about that. I'd say it's not worth unlocking stuff until we get there, but then that would make transporting stuff way faster.
Yeah, so we bring 1 survival with us and go from there. Hopefully we find components there that will let us finish making this.
Yeah, let's head out first thing in the morning.